Hello and welcome to the Radiant Resilience Yoga Sculpt class using small hand weights and stability ball. So as the name implies, we'll be working on strength, balance, core. You are going to need a stability ball as well as small hand weights. I have a set of 2-pound hand weights. I also have a set of 5-pound hand weights, as well as a knee pad or a blanket if you decide you need a little bit of padding underneath your knees when we're doing some stuff on our knees. If you don't have all of those things, you can do everything that we're doing without the weights, or you could improvise and use, a couple of water bottles or a couple of cans of food as your weights. If you don't have a stability ball or you just don't want to deal with a stability ball, you can also always do what we're doing either on the floor, sitting in a chair, or from a standing position. And as we move through class, I'll try to remind you of what options you can have if you're not going to be using the ball. Okay. Reminder, keep yourself safe. You are in charge of keeping yourself safe. Skip, modify if something is not working for you. And we're going to start. So we'll be here for about an hour. We're going to start getting a little bit warmed up, just like I do with all of my yoga classes. I'm going to have you come down to the floor. Take a moment in constructive rest pose. Let your take a sigh and let your belly and your low back soften on this first sigh. And then do the same thing. Let the shoulders drop down towards the floor on your second sigh. Lengthen the back of the neck out, sliding the base of your head away from the shoulders. Palms are facing up. Your knees can be apart, or you can let your knees kind of prop each other up so they'd fall in on each other. And then just take a moment to give yourself a few nice, deep, full breaths, inhaling fully through the nose if possible. Long, easy, slow exhales. Keep going. We're grounding our energy, bringing us into our body. So we are aware of all the sensations we're feeling in our body, that introception, that sense of what's happening inside, so that you are aware enough to keep yourself safe. Just slowing things down if you've been rushing before settling in. And also make note of any spots in your body that might need a little extra care today, so that you are really making this practice meet you where you are in this moment. All right, let's go through one more great big sigh. Breathe in through the nose, let it out through the mouth. And then if the knees are together, you can separate them. Slide your arms up into a T position. Breathe in, and as you exhale, let your knees go to one side. Head looks opposite. Inhale up through the center. Exhale, other side. So you're going to continue going side to side, real easy twists. You might find you need to start out with a smaller range of motion, but then when things feel ready, you could go into this a little deeper. You could also adjust how near or far apart the feet are to make sure this twist is getting into those spots you need it to get into. In general, the wider the feet, the more activity you get in the hip area. And that's great as long as you don't feel tugging in your knees. If you start to get any tugging there, then you just went a little too wide. Narrow it up until it takes it out of the knees. All right, as you go into your next twist, stop and sigh. Inhale up through center, exhale other side, and give it another sigh. All right, coming back up to the middle, breathe in on your exhale, give your knees a hug. If it's more comfortable, cross ankles. And then you can either rock the legs side to side, or you might choose to do circles, knees going in the same direction. Just warming up the low back. If you do have Crossed ankle, switch it. If you're circling, go opposite now. And then bringing everything back into the middle, open knees apart, circle them around, bring them back together, moving your hip joints. And reverse. As the knees come back into your chest, stop there and then open knees wide, soles of the feet come together. So you're in a kind of a lifted butterfly position, sliding the hands down as low as you can reach on your legs while maintaining relaxed neck and shoulders. Tailbone is long. You can choose to stay right here in this butterfly position, or you might go separated feet into happy baby. If it feels good, you might even choose to rock. And then if you are rocking, go back to the middle, take a breath in and out. As you release, knees back into your chest, move your hands to the backs of your thighs, flex your feet, breathe in, exhale, reach legs up, inhale, bend, exhale, reach, and bend. Keep going, flexing your feet strongly and spreading the toes out. All right, and then reach legs up, maybe stretch the arms up too now, point and flex feet. If you're reaching up, move through your wrists, palms up, palms down. And then make soft fists with your hands, rotate your ankles and your wrists. Rotate the opposite direction. Flex the feet, spread out the toes, shake out your hands. All right, and then set the left foot down on the floor, cross your right ankle over left thigh. Give your right thigh a press open. When you press up by the crease of your hip instead of at the knee. That just opens up the hip flexor area a little bit more. And then as you release that pressing open, come into your figure four pose. So you could keep your left foot down on the floor, or you could bring your left knee up, hands going around the back of your left thigh. So your right hand is going through that little window of your legs, and then rock the leg side to side. Flex your right foot. That will help stabilize your knee. And then as you're rocking, find that area that feels like your best stretch. Stop there and breathe. Okay, other side. Left ankle to the right thigh, the foot's flexed. Press your left thigh open up by your hip crease. Release that press, right foot on the floor or right knee up, hands going around the back of the thigh. Rocking the leg side to side. So even if you kept the foot on the floor, you're rocking the legs. You're kind of ranging through your stretch. And then move into that spot where it feels like the right amount for you and breathe there. All right, go ahead and release. Stretch your legs long on the floor. Bring your arms up over your head. Inhale, big full body stretch. Exhale, relax. And then inhale, stretch out right side. Release, go to the left side. Release, and then another full stretch. Stretch out. And relax. Good. Walk your feet back to the floor. Now, I want to talk about your core, your stability of your core when you're doing things on the floor that require core work. So sometimes what you're trying to do is to maintain a neutral spine. So when you're just sitting here, kind of notice what your spine is doing. It's not flattened out on the floor and it's not overly arching. It's in that neutral position. Ideally, you want to be able to engage your core, do your core movements while maintaining that neutral spine. See, I can even slide my hand underneath my low back a little bit. However, if your core is not strong enough, when we're doing these motions, what tends to happen is you'll kind of overarch or you'll start to, and you want to pull the navel in towards your spine, Or if you're not feeling strong enough, you might overarch your back and you might feel like you're doming your belly up. So if that's the case, you either need to make your range of motion smaller so that you can maintain navel in towards the spine, natural curve in the low back, or if it doesn't bother your back, press your low back down into the floor and pull the navel in and up. That's another way you can kind of work with this. Not everybody is comfortable with that one. Ideally, you're trying to maintain neutral spine. If at any point you feel like you're doing that doming and you can't find that abdominal contraction, big forceful exhale will help you knit all the layers of your core together like a corset. And so anytime you start to feel like you need to reestablish your core engagement, that's a good way of doing it. Okay, so as you can guess, we're going to start working on some core stuff. We're going to start with the ball. Your knees are bent, feet are flat on the floor. Reach the ball you're going to hold to each side and just gently press into the ball so it's not going to fall on you. And then take that, engage the core, breathe in, big forceful exhale, maintain your core engagement, which means you'll probably have to breathe more into the upper body a little bit. And then on your exhale, you're going to reach the ball overhead. Try not to let your rib cage pop up. Inhale, come back up. If the rib cage is popping up, that means your core is not fully engaged and it might mean not reach up quite as far. All right, exhale, inhale up. Exhale, up. Back of the neck is long, so your chin hasn't jutted up towards the ceiling. Just kind of warming things up. Let's go one more here. Reach up, maybe hold, let the arms hover, breathe, and reach up. From there, we're going to lengthen out the left leg, bring your right knee up, and then you're gonna bring the ball on the thigh part of the knee. Arms will reach up on the other side of the ball. So the knee is pushing into the ball, the hands are pushing into the arm, into the ball with a straight arm. So just by doing this, your core should be working. Knee to the ball, hands to the ball with straight arms, okay? Now you can just stay here and breathe, or you're going to keep your knee in this 90-degree angle, so like a square bend, and gently drop the leg down and lift it back up the whole time. Arms or hands are pressing into the ball as well as the knee. Exhale as you lower, inhale as you lift. So I'm guessing if you're doing this correctly, your core is on fire here. We'll take 4 more on this side before we switch. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead, release. Let's bring these into your chest, rock side to side. And then we're going to set up for the other side. Set your right foot down and then lengthen out the right leg. Then you're going to bring the ball to the knee, arms straight, hands pushing into the ball, knee is pushing back. Breathe in, exhale, dip, inhale, lift. You might find one side feels stronger. This side does not feel quite as strong for me. So if that's the case, if you're going to do this practice often or more than once, maybe hang out on the side that's not quite as strong for a little longer. All right, we've got 4 more on this side. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead, release. Let's give the knees into your chest. Do another little rock. We've got one more thing in this position. We're going to reach the legs back long. Same concept, but this time the legs are long and the feet are pushing into the ball as well as the hands. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to lower a leg. So breathe in. As you exhale, one leg comes down. Inhale it up. Switch. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Check in with your back placement. Neutral spine or pressing low back down. Neutral spine is the better option. Woo. Let's take 2 more on each leg. Last one each side. Good. And then release. Knees to the chest. Set the ball to the side. Oh, knees to your chest, rock. Okay. And then set the feet down. We're going to come into a bridge pose. Just kind of stretch out the front of the torso, arms down by your sides, palms up, shoulders pressed down. Take a breath in. On your exhale, slowly reach your way up into your bridge pose. Maybe walking the shoulder blades towards each other, pressing the arms down, lengthening the tailbone to the knees. If there's any discomfort in the low back or the knees, even when lengthening tailbone towards the knees, try to walk the feet forward an inch or two. And usually that helps, especially with the knees. If it's not helping, go a little bit lower with your hips. One more breath in and out. And then release down to the floor. Take a side here. And then from there, knees to the chest, rock side to side. Okay, from here, we're going to roll to the side and bring ourselves up all the way into table. So here's where, if you do like to use a little knee pad, go ahead and set that up. Little cat-cow here. Breathe in as you exhale, round through your back. Inhale, arch. Keep going. And we'll take one more each direction. As you work your way back to a table position, walk your hands forward. Go as wide with your hands as you need to for shoulder comfort. Forehead's resting on the mat, hips are up. Heart is melting towards the floor. Lift outside edges of the shoulder blades towards the ceiling. If you want a little deeper stretch in the shoulders, go to your fingertips with your palms off the floor. Breathe right here with every exhale, melting the heart towards the floor. And then come back to child's pose. Go ahead and slide the arms to wherever it feels most comfortable, and then do a little side to side rocking here if that feels good. If you are rocking, come center, take a side. All right. Go ahead and come up, and then we're going to grab the ball again. Okay, so now we're going to come into what's known as a 90-90. And sorry, this thing doesn't sound like it's sitting in my ear normal. So you're going to bring your knee forward. So you're kind of in a 90-90 degree. The back knee is 90, front knee is 90. And then we're going to bring the ball straight out in front of us. From there, so I've got my right knee forward. You're going to reach up and to the right, breathe in. And then exhale, reach down and to the left. Inhale, reach up, right. Exhale, down, left. Great, keep going. You should be feeling arms, shoulders, core working here. Let's go 2 more. Reach up and down. Reach up and down. Good. Keep the ball where it is. Step the right foot back. Step your left foot forward. Same thing, but this time you're going to reach up and left. Inhale. Exhale, down and right. Reach, inhale. Lower, exhale. We got 4 more on this side. Reach and down. Try to go slow so that you're not using momentum. It can be kind of tempting to do that. Last one. Reach and down. Good. Go ahead and set the ball down. We're going to come back to both knees, and then you're going to turn so that the ball is at your side. The knee closest to the ball, you're going to stay on as you lean over the ball. A little bit of balance involved here. And then you're going to lengthen the other leg out. From there, hands behind your head, drape over the ball. Breathe in. As you exhale, little side crunch. Inhale, exhale. Using the ball with a lot of these motions makes you have to work more of your muscles, more core, so that you're staying steady. All right, we've got 4 more on this side. Last one on this side, and then we'll switch. Woo, I'm sliding. Okay, come off the ball, and then we're gonna move it to the other side. My knee was sliding on my knee pad. Okay, so set this side up, lean, lengthen, hands behind your head. Inhale, exhale. This side feels harder. We're halfway there on this side. We got 6 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Go ahead and come back up. We're going to set the ball off to the side for just a sec as we come back to our table. Let's do another little cat-cow, or maybe wag your hips side to side, whatever feels good there. And then we're going to tuck our toes under and come up to a down dog. Now you could always return to puppy pose if that feels better. Whichever pose you chose, take a sigh. And then come back to your ragdoll or to your child's pose. Sorry, my brain's one step ahead. Take a sigh in child's pose. And then we're going to come up to ragdoll. So tuck your toes under, feet are shoulder width or maybe a bit wider. Keep your knees really bent as you walk your hands back. If your spine doesn't like that rounding action, in a ragdoll, you're going to do elbows or hands on thighs, keeping your spine straight and just let your head hang. Either way, you can do a little rocking here, or swinging, I should say. And then come back center, use your hands onto your thighs, move your shoulders away from your ears, back your neck as long as you shake your head no. And then nod yes. Head hangs, deep breath in. On your exhale, push your hands into the thighs to come up halfway with a flat back. Breathe in again, and then exhale, roll your way up. Shoulders going up, back, down. Inhale, reach arms up. Exhale, bring hands to heart and take a sigh. All right, go ahead, open your eyes. We're going to get the ball again. And now we're going to step into a wide stance, turn your toes out, bend your knees. So as you're bending your knees, you want the knees to be working towards the wall behind you. Tailbones drop down. navel is moving in and up. And then we're going to take the ball between the hands, lift and lower, lift and lower. So you're in charge of just how deep you go into that bent knee. We'll just take 2 more of these. Reach up and down and up and down. Good. Ball straight out in front of you. Exhale right. Inhale center. Exhale left. Center. One more each side. All right. Ball comes down. Big circle all the way around. We're going to go 4 times one way and 4 the other way. Stop down and reverse around 4 times. I lost count. I think that was 2. Let's go 2 more. Okay. Pause, set the ball down right in front of you. And then we're going to grab a set of your weights. I'm going to grab my 5-pound weights. I would say don't go any higher than 8 pounds unless you know you're really used to doing weight training. So we're going to bring 1 foot up onto the ball. Gently press down into the ball. Turn your palms forward. Woo, this is challenging. And then exhale. Bicep curl. Inhale. How are you doing? 6, 7, 8. Let's do 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead. Step off the ball. We're going to step the other foot on top. Okay, just take a second. Make sure you're feeling steady. Okay, now we're going to do a bicep curl, but to the side. So what I want you to do is squeeze your elbows into the side of your waist. Exhale. Or really push up through the crown of your head. You might have one side that feels steadier. We're halfway there. 8, 7, 6. This side's harder for me. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead, come off the ball. Let's roll shoulders up, back, and around. All right, and then let your arms just hang heavy with your weights. Drop your head to one side, little head nods. My ball has a mind of its own. Drop your head to the other side. Head nods on this side. Okay. Let's roll the shoulders up again, up, back, and around just a few more times. Okay, so we're going to hang on to our weight, but now come on to sitting on the ball. So we're going to sit here. Let's just have the weights resting in the lap. Just do just a few little bounces just to get the feel for sitting on the ball. Kind of fun. I do this when I'm watching TV sometimes because sitting in couches is so bad for us, especially if you're not really aware of your posture. And this just gets your circulation moving as well as the lymphatics moving. And it's really good if you tend to have pain. As the saying goes, motion is lotion. Okay, and then go ahead and settle in. So as we're moving through these next arm exercises, sitting on the ball, you're having to balance yourself. You're using more core, you're using your balance, your proprioception, what your body's doing in space. I will say a narrower foot is a little harder. You have a smaller base than a wider foot. So you can always make adjustments there, okay? So I'm going to try to go about hip width apart with my feet, and we're going to do a shoulder press. So you're going to bring your arms just above your shoulders. Exhale, push up. Inhale, bend. Seven, 8. We're going to do 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Pause right here. Elbows straight out from the shoulders. Little pulses. Up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Drop the arms down. Okay, now we're going to do side raises. So when it's a side raise, you're not going directly to the side. I want you to be slightly forward from straight out to the side. It's a better position for your shoulders. Also, as you're doing this, if you need to go lower weights, because form is more important than how heavy you go. If you lose form, then you're going to hurt yourself. So you want your shoulders rolled up, back and down, and then we're going to go out. Little bend in the elbow, mostly straight, slightly bent. So you're not locking the elbows. 4. Exhale as you lift. Low, lower. Power, low. All right, we've got 8 more. 8. Controlled lowering. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. Oh, I'm going to feel this tomorrow. 2. 1. Good. Okay, we're going to set one weight down. Just let your other weight rest in your lap for a second. Let's shake out the arms a little bit. Okay, now we're going to take the weight, each end, and then you're going to lift it up straight in front of you and then tilt like you're moving a steering wheel. Tilt, tilt, and lower. Exhale. Tilt, tilt, lower. I'm going to try to go even more narrow with my feet just to challenge myself a little bit here. Lift and steer and lower. Up, tilt. Tilt. Can you feel your core working? Lower. Up. Up. Lower. Up. Tilt. Tilt. Lower. Lift. Tilt. Tilt. Lower. 2 more. Lift. Tilt. Tilt. Lower. Last one. Up. Tilt. Tilt. And lower. Good. Set the weight down now. My brain's short circuiting and I wanted to say block. Let's roll the shoulders again. Shake out the arm. Good. Maybe even just do some swings. Whatever would feel good right here. Let's reach up over and give the elbow a little tug. And switch. Beautiful. Okay. So now we're going to come back onto our knees. If you're needing that knee pad, you can set that up. And set your weights off to the side for a second. And then we're going to lean onto the ball with our forearms. So we're kind of like in a table position, but arms are on your ball. So right away, you can see there's a lot more going on here that you have to be coordinating to stay balanced. Okay, Now, I haven't practiced this one very much, so let's pray for the best. We're gonna tuck our toes under and lift the knees up. Woo, not very high. You're just lifting them a little. Really feel your core working. Breathe. Back of the neck is pressing up. You're probably shaking. I know I'm shaking. You can probably see it. Let's give it 2 more breaths. Breathe in, out, in, out. Release your knees down and come up. Take a great big sigh. Okay, from here, I'm gonna grab my smaller weights. We're gonna be on the ball, just on the belly. So your chest is gonna be more forward than the belly. So the belly is gonna be the part that's resting on the ball. Now you can stay kind of here on your knees, or you can make it a little more challenging to move up more into a plank position, okay? All right, so now remember, you can always go without the weights. You could do this motion without the weights. You could also do this motion just like this. We're gonna go into some flies, okay? So coming into our position, knees or toes, tailbone is long, navel is pulling in and up, back of the neck is pressing up and back. Okay, so we're gonna wing our arms straight out. We've got 8 more. 8, 7, exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, take a breath, let it go. We're gonna stay in this position, bring our elbows up and back. Bend, straighten. Squeeze the elbows in and back. 6, 7, 8. We've got 8 more. 8, 7. Squeeze your shoulder blades. 6, 5, 4. Last one. Squeeze, hold, hold, hold. And release. And then you might want to just release the arms, just kind of drape over the ball for a second, take a sigh. All right, we're gonna do one more thing on where we're face down on the ball. This one, we're gonna have the ball down on the legs. So I'm just sliding back so I stay in frame. And then we're gonna come forward and then walk yourself forward until the ball is maybe under your thighs or about your knees. Okay, we're gonna do some push-ups from here. Now, more challenging would be to be closer to the feet. I don't think my form would be good if I went down that low, but if you're able to, go ahead and do that. Exhale, lower, inhale, press. Okay, we've got, try for 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay here and then exhale, knees to the chest. Pull in, stretch out, exhale, inhale. Really lengthen out to your plank in between. Let's try for 4 more, making it a total of 12. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then once you're done, rock your way back. Come off the ball. Oh, okay, that one was hard. All right, so now we're going to switch it up and come do the opposite so that we have our chest up on the ball. We're going to grab our I always say blocks, our weights. I'm used to saying blocks. You're going to grab your weights. I'm going to go for my 5 pounds. You can always go less. You can always go a little bit higher. So once you come to sitting on the ball, you're just going to roll back, walk your feet forward. Now, as we do this, you want to stop kind of high up enough that your neck can be supported if you need it, or a little bit lower. I'm not going to support my neck because I feel like I'm crunching the back of my neck. You still want to keep core working, tailbone long, pushing your feet into the floor. All right, I'm going to bring the arms up. Let's see, I'm trying to think what's the best position. Actually, I'm going higher. So my head is supported and I'm more on my shoulder blades. Okay, tailbone is long, navel in and up, and you're planting your feet. Okay, arms straight up and palms are facing your knees. Breathe in, exhale, elbows open, inhale up. Sorry, exhale up. Six, 7, 8. We're going to do 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the arms up, turn your palms to face in, micro bend in your elbows. Inhale, open, exhale, close. Six, 7, 8. We've got 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5. You're going to feel so good after this. Feel so strong. 4, 3. At least you'll know you're doing something. 2. Trying new things is always fun. Okay, now we're going to keep the palms facing inward. I got to shift my weights. Palms facing inward. You can always go to one weight and hold end to end. I'm going to keep both weights. Now your elbows are going to point straight up, and these are called skull crushers. They work your triceps. So you're going to keep your elbows where they are, instead of going up or down, more straight up from your shoulders and in tight towards each other. And then you're going to bend and straighten. See why they're called skull crushers? Because if you didn't do this with control, you'd whack your forehead pretty hard. Exhale as you straighten. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We got 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, arms are going to stay mostly straight, little bend. Actually, we're going to set one of our weights down. Good. Okay. Then you're going to hold the weight end to end like this. Arms are mostly straight. Again, not locking the arms. You're going to keep a teeny tiny bend. And then exhale, arms up overhead. Inhale, reach back up. Actually, reverse that breath. Inhale as you reach up. Exhale as you pull to the ceiling. We had 8 more. Is your core still strong? Are you working your glutes? Okay, 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring the weight to the chest, set it down, and then you can just roll all the way down until you come back to seated. All right, let me see. Did I hit everything? I think we've done it. We've hit all of the things I had planned. So let's just pause. Let's take some stretches. So you can do this standing or seated, but we're going to just stretch out the arms a little bit, cross your left arm across, and drop the shoulder down. This ball, the ball wants to go all over the place. I'm going to try to prop it so it's not rolling around, knocking things over. Okay, drop your shoulder down and just pull with the other arm in towards your chest. While you're here, rotate that wrist. And rotate the other way. Good. And then pull into your chest with your arm that's doing the support. And then go little twist in that direction that your long arm is pointing. Okay, and then come out. Let's do the other side. Cross it over, shoulder down, squeeze in, rotate the wrist. Go the other direction. And then pause and a little twist in the direction that arm is pointing. Good. And then come back. Let's inhale, stretch arms up, interlace your fingers, let your palms press up, let your shoulders lift up. And then drop your shoulders down and just a little side to side here. I have a feeling my core will be sore, like up on like around my rib cage tomorrow. I could tell I was working some stuff I don't usually get to. Bend your elbows, turn your palms to face down, circles overhead. So you can do just shoulders, or you can see how my torso is kind of rolling with it. That loosens up some of the upper body as well, upper torso, back area. Go the other direction. Good. And then stop, pull an elbow. Head is as upright as possible. Switch other side. Good. And then bring your hands down to your hips, elbows forward. Squeeze elbows back. Forward, back, forward, and back. Good. Lean onto your right hand. Let your head drop to the right. And you're using the hand that you're leaning on to help you even out your sits bones on the floor. Head hangs, and then reach the opposite arm kind of out and down at an angle, feeling that stretch on the side of the neck, and then rotate your hand. Yeah, rotate the whole arm. So we're working through the shoulder here too. Good. And then let the arm come down and come up. Lean. The hand that's on the floor is pushing down a little bit to help you even out your sits bones. Let your head hang to the side. The other arm reaches down and out, and then rotate palm up, palm down and back. Actually, this ball is kind of in the way. I'm just going to move it. Hopefully it won't continue to roll around. I have a ceiling fan on. I think that's making it move around. Okay, and then go ahead and come up, reach one hand forward, palm down, and then fingers go down and give it a pull. And then turn palm up, fingers down, pull. Start by pulling on your palm. If you decide after that you want a little bit more, go do the fingers and do it a pull. Okay, other side. Palm down, fingers down, pull. Palm up, fingers down, pull on the palm first. Maybe work down to pulling your fingers. Good. All right, give your hands a little shake. Star your fingers. Okay, and then let's go down to lying down on the floor again. Knees to the chest, do a little rocking side to side. And then set your left foot down on the floor, cross your right thigh all the way over your left thigh. Now, I'm going to give you two options, and you choose which one gets into the places that you need your stretch in the most. So the first option is you want to keep your hips planted on the floor. Instead of letting one hip lift, they're planted on the floor, and then the foot that's on the floor, in this case it's the left foot, is going to heel toe to the left. And as it goes to the left, then left knee goes left and gives your right leg a pull. So that's where the right hip wants to roll up. You're not going to let that happen. You're going to keep it down. So we're working into stretching this outer part. That's option one. Option two is keeping the thighs crossed, but bringing your knees up to your chest. You might slide your hands a little lower on your calf, and then you could do some rocking or circling the knees. You could even move your knees in and out from your chest. So you choose the one that feels like it's working the best for you today. All right, and then we're going to switch. Option one would be crossing the left thigh over, heel toe your right foot to the right, keep the left hip down on the floor as you move your right knee right, giving your left leg a pull. Option two, knees up, slide hands down, and then if you want to do some movement, if that feels right, you can work into that. All right, and then give your left knee a hug. Set your right foot down on the floor and then slide your right leg long. We're going to bring the hands, wrap the hands around the back of your left thigh, and then lengthen out the arms so that your knee ends up over your hip and your shin is at a tabletop. Breathe in as you exhale, push the back of your left thigh into those interlaced fingers. Breathe here with that steady pressure. And then as you release, hug the knee in and sigh. All right, set the left foot down on the floor, bring your right knee up, interlace the fingers behind the thigh, stretch out your left leg, stretch out the arms, shin is at a tabletop, push the back of your thigh into your hands, hold that steady pressure. And then release and give the knee a hug and take a sigh. All right, slide both feet to the floor, arms out to a T, easy windshield wiper twist side to side. We're almost there. Stop on one side and sigh. And then inhale through the middle, exhale other side and sigh again. Come back, center, knees to the chest one more time. Let's do some rocking or maybe some circling. Go the other direction if you're doing circle. And then we're going to do one more full body stretch. So lengthen out your legs, arms overhead, inhale, stretch. Flex your feet, push out through the heels of your hands. Exhale, relax. Inhale, stretch right side again. And release, go to the left side. Release, and then one more full body stretch. Maybe reach out through fingertips and toes this time. And then relax. Slide the arms down to where it's comfortable for them, and then loosely flap your feet in and out. So the feet are going in the in together and out together. You're going quick and loose. So your ankles are floppy, knees are floppy, hips are floppy. Good. And then just relax your legs and sigh again. Beautiful. All right, knees to the chest, rock to the side, press your way up. That's it. You made it. Yay. So make sure you drink plenty of water for the rest of the day so you're getting hydrated. Give yourself a little pat on the back for trying something new. And thanks for spending some of your time with me. And I'll see you next time. Bye.